Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another video of the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Atlanta Hawks. So without further ado, y'all already know, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. This season, the Atlanta Hawks went 40-42, being 8th in the Eastern Conference. They were 18th in offensive rating and 19th in defensive rating, while having a net rating of -1.1. With the Atlanta Hawks being the 8th seed, they did have to face off against the Magic, and sadly they did lose that 194-120. So they had one more chance to prove themselves worthy of a playoff spot.
I'm gonna give them that heat, Miami.
This play-in game by far was the best one yet, as it went down to the wire and even went into overtime, but it just was not enough, as the Hawks did lose this one as well, 114-123. I guess that heat was too much for him. Get it? Because you know that heat and the sun come down and you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way with a girl though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if she looks pretty and we're making eye contact, bro, like, dang, why you look so good? But to be real with you guys, the reason why the Atlanta Hawks did lose both of these games was everything was really reliant on Trae Young as far as the scoring went. He can't do everything for you on the offensive end because bro is just one man at the end of the day. He struggled in the Magic game and also had it rough against the Heat, but he did end up making some clutch buckets to keep them in the game when it mattered most. I understand that Jalen Johnson was out and he would have helped this team to get over the hump, and I feel like the Hawks maybe could have mounted over Miami to take that win if he was in the lineup. But all of this mess brought rumors of what if it's time to move off from Trae Young and time to maybe look to trade him and get something back in return, whether it be picks or a young budding star. Because obviously Trae Young does want to win, and Atlanta is trying their best right now to build basically what they want is a winning culture here in Atlanta.
Breaking news!
Yes, yes, take it! The Atlanta Hawks did end up getting Kristaps in a 3-team trade that also involved the Brooklyn Nets. The Hawks didn't really lose that much to get KP anyways, as they did give Terrence Mann to the Nets as well as their 22nd round pick over to the Nets, and for the Celtics they received George Niang and a 2nd rounder. This trade for one helps out the scoring, as I just mentioned earlier, was a lot of the pressure was on Trae Young to even get any offensive momentum going, but with KP that is going to be a huge plus. He can space the floor and he will shoot, and with his size off the pick and roll is going to be crazy with Trae Young, and also even off the pick and pop. I mean, he could pop out for a 3 and hit that for you. With Trae, that's going to be scary. Even though KP only played 42 games last season, he still ended up dropping 20 points per game and shooting 41% from downtown off of 6 attempts per game, while also grabbing 7 rebounds. On top of that, you're adding a guy that not only has just playoff experience, but has won a championship. The only problem is how he gets frequently injured. Like I said earlier, he only played 42 games last year, and the most games that he's ever played in his career was his rookie season with 72 games played. But we know when healthy, KP is an absolute threat, and he is going to create space for Trae to cook and to not have the lane as thick. Yes, double C on that. Now the only downside to this is you have a Okongwu. Even in the Miami series, that man had a great game. I said series, I meant to play in. That guy had a great game against them. I mean, he brought energy, hustle. He was there everywhere he was there, bruh. Getting blocks, getting steals, getting rebounds, scoring even. He was all over the place doing everything for this team, and he really was great at that starting role. So to add KP, do you have him come off the bench? In my opinion, absolutely, I would have him come off the bench for me. As far as with Clint Capella as well, you gotta let him go. I'm sorry, but it's time to let him go. If you do re-sign him, could possibly see that being a sign and trade where you could get somebody else, because not to stray away from the topic of the video, but Kobe Buffkin, let's say he doesn't get to where you want him to get, because he only played 10 games this season with the Atlanta Hawks, of course, and let's say he doesn't, take a decent sized leap, you're gonna need a backup point guard. You're definitely gonna need that. So let's say they sign and trade and try to get him, try to get Clint Capella away and try to bring in a point guard that can come off the bench, or either they look at the free agency pool in June 30th coming up, so they could look to maybe, I don't know, snag Ty Jerome or Chris Paul or somebody like that can help this team out off the bench. With the 23rd overall pick in this year's draft, the Atlanta Hawks picked Asa Newell. He's a 6'11" power forward who dropped 15 points per game and grabbed 7 rebounds a game as well, playing hard and hustling after everything. Now, he did shoot 29% from 3, but if he could at least get that 3-point percentage up to a 33 or a 34% and just knock it down at a regular rate, that he is going to be a problem for the NBA to come, and this was a straight steal for the Atlanta Hawks with that 23rd pick. So some people may not know this, but the Atlanta Hawks did trade their 13th overall pick to the Pelicans, and that basically gave the Atlanta Hawks Asa Newell, and it also gave them a 2026 unprotected pick from either the Pelicans or the Bucks. Pelicans front office, I have one question for you. What the flying flamingo frick do you think you're doing? The Atlanta Hawks just got Asa Newell, and now you're gonna give them a top pick in the next year's draft? I mean, I'm just dumbfounded. Do you think Derek Quinn is going to solve all your problems? No! No, he's not! But that is not the only thing that is good for the Atlanta Hawks, as if we look at the Eastern Conference, they can definitely make a solid run. Just to pop in and say this, I'm not saying it's a good thing that these players are injured. I'm just saying that, you know, it's a good thing for them. I mean the Atlanta Hawks, as far as making a run. Halliburton's out. Tatum is out. Dame is out. Now, you still have teams like the Knicks that you have to worry about, but first let them find a head coach. The Magic also got Desmond Bane earlier in the 2 weeks that just went down not too long ago, and that just made them better. The Pistons are up and coming. Pause. And you still have the Cavs as well. Now, it's not going to be easy, but it definitely is possible. Although I will say a series between the Knicks and Hawks would feed families. But this is the best time for the Atlanta Hawks to pull up and say, hey, we ain't playing no games. We gotta lock the heck in. Now, in my opinion, of course, the Atlanta Hawks can make the finals. I very well believe that they can make the finals if somebody doesn't get injured and something crazy happens to where it's a bunch of conflict or drama or something. Not like Love Island, but just some crazy stuff goes down. Then, you know, I think they're gonna make it to the finals and they should be fine getting there. Now, them winning one, that is a big stretch. I'm not going to lie to you. The Western Conference is freaking loaded. Imagine they have to face OKC. We saw what they did to Indiana. Well, Indiana did put up a fight. They did put up a fight. They went to 7 games. So, massive W for them. If Halliburton played, I feel like Indy could have won that. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was looking pretty deadly, honestly. Before Hallie went down with the injury, it was looking pretty good, so. Yeah, but regardless of whatever team comes out of the Western Conference, just know that it's going to be absolute insanity to face off against one of those teams. I mean, imagine you have to face a Houston team. I mean, they just got KD. Like, that's going to be scary. Like, I mean, this can go either way here. Kyrie comes back, the Mavs could be deadly. They just got Cooper Flag. You got to watch out. San Antonio, another team. They could probably be a play-in team that's going to work their way up as far as going into the playoffs and making first round, second round, third round to the finals. You got to watch out for them. They're all so scary. A lot of these teams are scary, man, and Atlanta just has to be careful and watch out. Overall, the Hawks, I feel like, are in the best situation possible, and in my opinion, this is the best team that Trae Young has around him. You just added KP, a playoff mentality guy, a championship mentality guy, because he just won that basically 2 years ago. So that is a massive, or a year ago, that is a massive W for this team. And on top of that, you have that pick that I talked about, that 2026 first round pick with either the Bucks or the Pelicans, whichever one does worse. You have that. You have that expense. You could get a top pick in next year's draft. You can get an AJ DeBansa if one of them sucked that bad. It would be crazy, but we're just gonna have to see. But like I said, the biggest problems is really just injuries and getting a point guard for off the bench. Maybe you look to get Ty Jerome or somebody like that, or Chris Paul or someone like that could help this team out off the bench would be spectacular. But just develop Asa Newell. Make sure he can shoot. Whenever you keep developing him, I know it's gonna take a minute. You know, you can't just come in the league and then expect him to start firing up threes and crap. That's not his game. He's athletic. That's his game. Pick and rolls. That's his game. Getting to the rim, getting rebounds. That is his game. Dunking a bunch of things, catching lobs and throwing it down. That is what he does. And I mean, Jalen Johnson's coming back off an injury. let's see how good he plays, right? We have Zachary Risache, who surprised me by a lot. I didn't really know much about him, but he started playing well, and he looked pretty good during the season. He was hitting threes. I mean, he was spotting up in the corner, hitting them on the wing, hitting them too. He looked really good. Trae Young, I mean, hey, he looked pretty good, but he has help now and doesn't have to shoot everything to have such poor percentages as far as, you know, going into the play-in. Like I said, he struggled in those games. He didn't really shoot that well because the pressure was on him to score, and he didn't really have anybody to help him out, basically. But that is all that I had to say about the Atlanta Hawks. So y'all already know, let's go ahead. Let's move on to that outro. All right, you guys have made it to the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and let me know what you want in the comments down below. You want me to talk about your favorite prospect from this draft? I don't care who it can be. It can be Ace Bailey. It can be Cooper Fly. It can be Dylan Harper. It can be anybody, bro. Let me know down below. It could be your favorite team. Let me know. If you guys want me to cover Summer League content whenever that starts up, which is like July the 10th, let me know. I think I said June 30th in the video. July 30th is when the freaking NBA free agency starts, is what I meant to say. I swear I said June, but we're gonna let it slide. The video's over anyway. But yeah, also do not forget to subscribe for NBA content. Also hit notification bell so you guys don't miss anything. All right, so you guys don't miss nothing. All right, I'm back on the grind. I'm back home now. I'm back on the grind, man. So yeah, that is all that I had to say. And please comment down below what team do you want me to cover next? It could be anybody. It could be how the Timberwolves just re-signed Julius Randle, and what are they gonna do with their team? I think they signed into a 3-year, $100 million deal. I think something like that. It was something like that. I know it was 3 years. I know they obviously did re-sign Naz Reid, and he got $125 million. And I mean, hey, that looks pretty good to me. So let's see what they do. If you guys want me to talk about them, let me know. Phoenix Suns, they obviously got Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks from the trade for KD, and they also got how do you say his name? Come on, frick it. However, y'all, I'm gonna put a picture of him anyway. And then they also traded for Mark Williams, so they're trading in the right direction too. They're getting some pieces around Devin Booker. So it's a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot to talk about. But if you guys want a sit down video, you guys have to let me know down below if you want that. I can talk about your favorite team, anybody. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I don't want to hold you guys too much longer. I do have to go anyway. Yeah, I gotta hurry up and start getting ready. So I have to go somewhere, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. Hopefully you all do have a blessed day. And of course, yours truly, Mr. Beard, is out.